It's Sunday 29th of May 2016. We're in Vancouver Harbour. We've just got on the Nordam and we're going on an Alaska cruise. This is the inside of our cabin, which is pretty quiet, but outside it's pretty noisy. It's about 5:15. We've had our lifeboat drill, and the Celebrity ship which was moored next to us has left, and as soon as we're fueled we will be leaving too. We finally got rid of the fuel barge which was holding us up, and now we're on the way. We're just coming out of the mooring now and lining up to go through Lionsgate Bridge. Monday 30th of May, we're just cruising up the inside passage. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning because we got up early. We're still having a bit of time change issues, and we're just having a day at sea. Tomorrow morning we'll be at Ketchikan. Looks like we've caught up with the Celebrity Infinity, which left about an hour before us yesterday. It's lunchtime on Monday and we're just going into the inside passage and we're going quite close to the land. It's about 4 o'clock Monday afternoon, and we just seem to be going up a very narrow inlet. It's like this on both sides. It's 6:15 on Tuesday morning and we're coming into Ketchikan. It looks like it's raining, and from what we understand this is quite normal around here. We're moored and this looks like it's going to be quite interesting. We made it to the Totem Heritage Centre.
I can't hear you, but go ahead.
Better than what my explanations.
We're just leaving Ketchikan and we have to go quite slowly along here because of all the properties on the shoreline, but then we'll have to turn up the speed to be in Juneau first thing tomorrow morning. It's Wednesday morning, about 6:15 a.m. and we're going to be in Juneau later this morning, probably around 10 a.m. It's hard to believe that we'd actually pay money to go somewhere in June where they still have snow. It looks as if we're doing a complete turnaround before docking backwards, and this gives us a good view of the other side of the inlet.
Juneau's population runs around, people will say 32, 34, all say 33. 33,000.
We've just got off the bus from Juneau, which takes us to the Mendenhall Glacier, and we're now walking up to the visitor centre. We've been back to the ship, we've had lunch, and now we're going up the cable car, which is right next to the ship's mooring.
That's the channel. On the other side is Douglas Island, 70 miles long and 5 miles wide, has approximately 10.
He said they sometimes have as many as 6 in here. I can't imagine.
We're at the top of the cable car ride, going for a short walk, and from here there's quite a view.
Only go to this corner and then we'll go back down. Oh, wow.
It's Thursday the 2nd of June. We're moored in Skagway, and this morning we're going on a train ride. So that first train was for the people from the Princess ship, and now this one is ours.
Roaming tour guide. So I'm going to come through your car a couple times throughout the tour and answer any questions you have, and just hang out, make sure everyone's having a good time.
Now today we'll be climbing nearly 3,000 feet in elevation on 20.4 miles of narrow gauge track. As we do so, I'll be telling you about the history of the railway and the gold rush itself. Now my name is Zoe, and I will be your narrator. We do have 2 other lovely tour guides on board. Their names are Will and Chris, and one of them will be coming through to meet you shortly, so please give them a warm welcome. Now, as we do so, I'll be talking about many of those mileposts we can see along the side there. We can see the South Klondike Highway on the other side. Here in Southeast Alaska, we're very fortunate to have this. Skagway is one of only 3 towns with road access, along with Haines and Hyder. Out and ready. We'll soon be going onto that wooden trestle on the right-hand side. We'll have a little waterfall. Then we will be entering into our first tunnel of the day at 270 feet long. It will be very dark inside.
Shot in the head, I don't know what it'll be like.
Sometimes it's like...
They are coming to that bit.
We're approaching one of the original trestles, which luckily we don't go over today.
I did. That was the shorter one.
Yeah. This one obviously for the tool ship. Old tool ship.
Oh yeah.
And the other one must be the normal one.
Here's the official order.
It's probably all booked out the tool.
The train ride, which we really enjoyed, is now over. We've been back to the ship, had lunch, and we're going for a walking tour around Skagway. We're still on a walking tour around Skagway, which is proving to be very interesting. And tomorrow we're going to be cruising around Glacier Bay all day. It's 7:30 on Friday morning. We're shortly going to be taking on some of the Glacier Bay Park guides who are going to be with us all day and give us the interpretations of the various places that we're going to be seeing. This is something that doesn't happen too often. They've opened up the front of the ship and we're going to get a really great view from here.
You've got to be here to really get it.
There's the bellows of that chocolate.
We've just moved away from the first glacier. We're moving towards the next one, so we're stopping for lunch on our balcony.
How far you turn to this one?
Yeah, like the wind. Yeah, like the wind.
It looks like we're turning around now and going back.
Death and just hang fire. There are hardships that nobody threatens. There are valleys of people that still.
It's 5 a.m. Sunday morning. We've just moored in Seward, and by 6 a.m. we'll be off the ship and on the train to Anchorage. We're just leaving Seward now on this very nice observation car train, and the journey's going to be about 4 hours.
Yeah, well, we saw a bear and they did.
Yeah, the gorge is right here, coming right. We're going over it right now. We'll look over on the side, and then we'll go through a series of 5 tunnels, and the gorge will be over on your right for a couple. See the remains of an avalanche over here. That's why the snow's all dirty looking. Sometimes you'll see bears picking through that because when the avalanches occur, it takes a lot of wildlife, but it gets covered up. So the bears will be out there looking for a frozen dinner in the springtime.
This is the view from our hotel room in Anchorage, and the weather has changed quite a bit. It's raining again, but we'll shortly be heading out to the McKinley Explorer for the 7-hour train journey to Denali.
So this man here in the blue, the taller gentleman, that's Ren if you need any assistance on the train.
There's City Hall. Including hours for the dining options, as well as a lot of policy information and the Wi-Fi.
Head fern that grows so quickly, the pumpkins that grow with all that daylight and the warmer temperatures. This snow that we see right here on all these peaks will be gone in about a month. Around July 4th, we'll be almost snowless on all these mountains here. And that little bit of fresh snow that fell up there, that will be gone in just a couple days. So that is the McKinley Village, the Parks Highway. You will not be staying there, you'll be at the Denali Village, which is 6 miles closer to the main park entrance.
This is the McKinley Chalet Resort, where we're going to be for the next 2 nights. This is the back of the main lodge, and our cabin is just round the back of the main lodge. Here we are, home sweet home, room number A102.
What do you do when that is happening? Run. They are not a predator. You don't need to worry about it.
Well, they told us there was beaver activity, and this looks like a beaver dam. Well, as we walk along the trail, here is a large sign of evidence of a moose. Maybe we'll see another one. Looks like some more beaver activity. We're just walking around the edge of the lake prior to start our long climb back up to the visitor center. So look what we just found on the beach. Looks like it's got little railway wheels. There must have been a little gold mining railway line for moving ore around the lake. But this has been here a few years.
The river that flows directly behind your hotel there, the complex. The kennel is not fancy, folks, but it is a real Alaskan kennel. Okay, we just passed this tree line on the left-hand side here. Alaska Wild Style Racing is the name of the kennel. You can see the dogs in the houses out there. Some are laying on top, some are inside, some are out. But that's the dog kennel.
We made a stop at another kennel and got to hold some 5-week-old puppies. The puppies were all very nervous, but it's important for them to be held by as many people as possible.
I acquired this aircraft well over 20 years ago. It had brush and leaves growing up around it. I took it all apart, totally restored it, put it back in the air, and had accumulated well over 2,000 hours in it. So it takes me quite a few points from around the place.
The trip is not all that different from the early days. It's the story of people in interior Alaska. We'll hope to give you an idea of why folks would want to live here.
I'd like to go up.
Imagine getting out of that water soaking wet on a night like that. Back into your house. learn a lot more about that as we pull up to Trailbreaker Kennels, which I told you were going to get to see. It's off to the left and will be on your monitor as well. And it's my pleasure to be able to introduce you to Susan Butcher's husband, who is the co-founder of this facility, a multi-time veteran of the Iditarod, and the winner of the 1988 Yukon Quest, Dave Monson, down on shore.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trailbreaker Kennel. And we're having another glorious day on the banks of the Chena River, and not because the weather's perfect, but because our job description says go out and play with puppies. And believe me, if that's your mandate, every day is a great day.
But before we get to that, we have to have our Wednesday afternoon ritual known as Rush Hour on the Chena. As you can see, another discovery ahead of us, discovery number 2. The Binkleys are the only ones that can treat you to a stern wheel traffic jam. They're not moving us through it. But that was Chris Prism, if we try not to do that he's in the wheelhouse up there, and actually found on that wheel. Not as hard as doing in the car. Now these are, of course, domesticated Rangifer tarandus, the same genus and species as wild caribou. These are referred to as reindeer. But in all the ways that matter, they're virtually indistinguishable from the wild animal. They get the same coat that changes color with the season. They turn dark brown in the summer and bright white in the winter, so they're always camouflaged. And both male and female grow antlers. The one out in front that says post office, you can't actually mail anything from there, but that's got the statue of granite that Dave Monson was talking about, and that's where he'll be during free time if you would like to visit with him or get a book signed.
We just made the short flight from Fairbanks to Anchorage, and there's the Air Canada plane that's going to take us to Vancouver.